Hi everyone, some of us might be wearing fashion styles that actually aren't very flattering for us. Some of these styles might be just plain unflattering. They're making us look a bit frumpy or dumpy, and other styles might be making us look a little bit older than what we are. I've chosen for you today some of the styles that I think might be not so flattering, so I've got some terrible fashion to show you today. I have some alternative styles that I think could be more flattering. Keep in mind, it is simply my opinion, so if you like, take it with a grain of salt. The first style I want to talk about is like the blouse that I have on. Blouses that have pussy bows on them, and they're incredibly stylish if they're worn the right way. And I think as we get older, that particular look could be quite aging, because sometimes the pussy bow is a blouse that you might wear to work. Could be work attire, could be worn to the office, it could look corporate. In my opinion, the blouse that I have on right now would be a really lovely tame alternative to the pussy bow. The bow here that I've tied in the front is not too big, and that's one thing I particularly don't like for myself. I have a small face, so I think you have to take that into consideration if you're wearing big bows around your face here, up around your neck, and it's all sort of taking over a little bit. I think for mature ladies, the idea is to keep these blouses quite tame, and that's why I've chosen a black one, plain black, some lovely lace inset here across the shoulders, and just a tiny little bit of lace here on the little stand-up collar, and slightly puffed sleeves here with gathers in them. It's not just about the style of the pussy bow blouse itself, it's how we wear it. So at this time I've chosen just to wear it with a pair of black straight leg pants. I've accessorized a lovely black blouse with a pair of gold slingback espadrilles. They're a little bit of a higher espadrille, so they're more dressed, and I've added in a thin leopard print belt. I have several of the pussy bow blouses for you here. Now these are two that I'm going to style up for you because I wouldn't wear these, and I'm going to suggest why a mature woman probably should steer away for this particular look. In particular, this floral print is probably not the best choice for a mature lady with the pussy bow look, and they can look a little bit conservative, these blouses, depending on how you wear them. I think with this very muted, soft floral look, it could look a little bit aging. The other blouse I have here is a soft grey. I think it's a very dull color, and I think the whole look could look really dull and yes, a little bit corporate. I think a better alternative would be a lovely modern animal print like this in a nice light tan neutral shade with the black. I think the animal print opposed to the floral print has a much more modern look. The floral blouse has a bigger bow on it, and I put it with a pleated beige skirt and some very unflattering ballet flat type of beige shoes. I think the whole outfit looks very matronly. I think it's quite aging. This blouse I wouldn't choose. This particular shoe, which is like a ballet flat, but it's got a wedge on it, and I don't particularly like this type of wedge on shoes. I do think they're a little bit aging, and I think the whole look of the shoe is so incredibly tame, and I think a little bit dated. They are comfortable, I'll admit they're comfortable, but I don't really think that they're very modern looking. I have seen mature ladies in this type of shoe, and I always think they take away from the outfit a little bit. The grey blouse I've put on with the black straight leg pants again to probably make it all look a little bit more conservative, and I've got the most awful shoes on. I think they're terrible. They're a type of a ballet flat once again, and they're very round-toed, and I just think they're quite drab. I think the whole outfit looks a bit drab, and I don't think it looks terribly modern. Here's the shoes that are the culprit. I think they're really drab. They're very rounded on the toe. Yeah, they're a form of a ballet flat, but I think with this particular outfit, no, I don't think they're working. And if I added a black blazer to this outfit, it probably would look like work attire. Look, I'm going to the office, but probably going to the office in the year 2000. The animal print blouse I've got on with a pair of straight leg jeans. They're kind of straight leg slash skinny. They're in between really, but they're more of a straight leg. And my gold sneakers, my favorite rose gold sneakers. So I've given it more of a casual look, and this is probably the way I would wear this type of blouse. If I wanted to go a little bit more dressy, I could keep the jeans on, add in a blazer, a neutral colour blazer like this shell pink one, which is a fitted blazer. It's not too long. So I've got a pair of slip-on loafers, light tan, about a 2-inch heel on them. Nothing on the back, they're just a slip-on pair. And this would give me a slightly more dressy look with this blouse. Still with blouses, there's a type of blouse that I steer away from, and I think for mature ladies you have to be a bit careful wearing these sort of blouses. This one, it's floral, it's pastels, it's frilly, it's chiffon, it's got the big ruffle around the neck, and I just think you could easily go very wrong wearing this blouse and make yourself look older. But I just think it's a little bit too busy, and I'm not really that fond of floral pastels for mature ladies. I think we could find something so much more modern and so much more wearable. Here's another top that's florally. It's the washed out colors. It's got soft pinks in it. This is the sort of blouse I just steer away from. I don't wear blouses like this. I really do think they're a little bit hard to wear as you get older. This one is more modern looking. You probably could pull this look off if you wore it probably in a bit of a boho way, because this does have a little bit of a boho influence, this one. I stay away from the frilly pastel floral blouses. T-shirt dresses are incredibly popular because I think they're just so comfortable. I like to wear them. Most t-shirt dresses I find too baggy, too boxy, too shapeless, and completely unflattering. And a lot of them look like they're nightwear. They look like they're something that you'd wear to bed or around the house at least. So I've selected some for you that I think are more stylish, and a couple that you'll see that are a little bit tragic looking, that are just too boxy and too baggy and shapeless. This navy and white stripe midi t-shirt dress that I have on, I think is a great alternative. It has ruching here in the side that's giving me definition on the waist, and that's taking that baggy look away that so many of these t-shirts have. This little bit of ruching here in the side that's gathered is bringing in the waist and giving me some definition and shape to this dress, and that's what we need to look for when we're looking at t-shirt dresses. Look at any t-shirt dress that might have some detail on it that can give it a little bit of shape, because that's what they're lacking in. This plain navy one with the little cuffs here on the sleeves and more detail ruching right here in the front going across the front. It's several steps up from those boxy shapeless ones. It's a kind of t-shirt dress with all this ruching here that you could dress up quite a bit. This one isn't quite so casual, depending on how you wear it. Of course, you could wear it with your sneakers, but you could wear it with a pair of heels and a little jacket. You could dress this up. So this is the sort of t-shirt dresses that I look for. So as you can see, when I showed you the black and white stripe one, it went in at the waist. It had been cut, so it went in at the waist and then came back out again in an A-line skirt. And because of the way it's been cut, it's not boxy and it's not oversized looking, and it's got some shape to it. This light green t-shirt dress is boxy. It's shapeless. This looked like something that I might have slept in. This is exactly the type of t-shirt dress I'm talking about that I don't find flattering on just about any woman, and I think I would steer away from those and look for the alternatives that I've shown you. The ones that either have ruching in them or they're cut in a shape where they're going to give you some definition at least. I've got the green t-shirt dress on with these chunky beige sandals. This sort of sandal is really on trend at the moment. Chunky shoes, chunky sandals, particularly this sort of look. Super on trend, very popular. I'm seeing them on lots of women, particularly on Instagram. I don't find them flattering for myself. I'm petite, I'm 5'3", and if you're 5'3" and under and you're short, I think a chunky sandal like this, particularly in a light color, is really just going to draw attention to your feet. I'm not going there with this look, but I do think they suit some women. I don't think they're flattering to me, and I don't think they're going to be flattering to lots of women, to be honest. Here we have another very unflattering grey t-shirt dress. It's boxy, it's shapeless. I don't think it's giving me any style. I don't think it's doing me any favours. It's not only t-shirt dresses that are baggy. There's lots of dresses that are shapeless and baggy, and this is one of them. I don't really like the print in this dress. In fact, I don't like anything about this dress. And yes, it's super comfortable. It's tempting to wear a dress like this, but once again, it's a shapeless dress. Sometimes on sales racks, at places like Kmart or Walmart, I see dresses like this. Summer dresses that are comfortable and easy to wear, and you throw them on. They've got no zips, they've got no buttons, over the head they go. I don't go there. They're always boxy, they're always unflattering, I think. There's a maxi version of the baggy dress, and this one's in a terrible print with big bold flowers all over it. And the Empire line, or sometimes baby doll dresses, they're very gathered, there's lots of fabric in them. They're comfortable, probably better off for pregnant ladies, I think. There's just too much fabric in them, and I find them a little bit shapeless. Don't get me wrong, I think Empire line dresses are fantastic, but I think they have to be a little bit fitted, at least up the top, and they've got to have a modern look to them as well. If it was a bit more fitted, I don't find it such a bad dress. I've got an elastic here, and I'll just show you what this dress would look like if it was a little bit more fitted. I pulled the dress in with the elastic holding in it at the back, so there's not so much fabric here across the bodice. But as you can see, when I pull it in tighter on the bodice, it becomes a completely different dress. Another style and dress I think that can be unflattering, particularly if you're petite, particularly if you're short, and particularly if you're carrying some extra weight, are dresses that have too many tiers in them. You know, the layers in the dress? If there's too many tiers, it will put too much volume in the dress. And here's a perfect example of a dress that's multi-tiered. There's just so many tiers in that dress. There's a lot of fabric in this dress as well. And I just think for anybody short, all those tiers like that would just swamp you. And particularly if you wore this with flat sandals or flat sneakers, or you would have to wear it with a heel. Both these dresses here would be better alternatives for tiers. This hot pink one only has one tier down the bottom. The bottle green one does have two tiers on the bottom, but it's not too full. The skirt is not too full. As you can see, the hot pink dress with just the one tier in it, I think is a lot more flattering. It is an empire line, it's sitting just above the waist, but it has some definition to this dress. It's not a shapeless looking dress, and I think just having that one tier in the bottom adds style to the dress, and I don't think it makes me look wider in any way. The bottle green dress is such a lovely dress. I love the flutter sleeves on it here. I don't think the two tier layers on the bottom of this dress make it look too full or too big, or it's swamping me in any way. It has a bit of a boho look to it, but this is the kind of dress I would wear if I was wearing tiered dresses. The last style I want to show you is a certain sort of jacket. Jackets like this that have a sort of a Chanel look to them and have the round neckline on them. I find that some of these can be a little bit aging, depending how you wear them, of course, and depending on the style of the jacket. This one in particular I think is a bit matronly. I don't like this soft green pastel-y color. I just think this is quite drab and quite dated. It's boxy, it's shapeless. I definitely wouldn't wear this pale green jacket with a set of pearls like this. As much as I love my Mimco pearls, I just think that the whole look could be too matronly. I wouldn't buy this jacket actually at all. Here's another one of these jackets, this Chanel looking jacket. This is like a boucle fabric. This one's a little bit more stylish, but even still, I think you have to be careful how you wear them. To give it a modern look, I might be inclined to put a chunky gold chain like this with it. These jackets can be very stylish, and I know they're very popular. I just think for mature ladies, because they've been around a long time and they are a little bit conservative, they do have that look about them. I put the cream one on with a pair of jeans, white turtleneck, and a pair of tan pumps.